now that we're done with this. So yesterday we did the two lines of career missions, and during those career missions we made a bit of ISK, and that sets us up for achieving today's goals, which is going to be using our skill points, which isn't why we need the ISK, and buying, fitting, and flying our very first Punisher into Tier 1 Abyss. That is our goal of the day, is to do our very first Abyss site. But to do that, we need to travel to Jita. During the trip to Jita, I'm going to devise and edit the fit according to modern game. My fit's a year old. But we're going to go down that path, and then hopefully my goal today is to have done at least 2 Abyss sites successfully, whether or not we die. And that's pretty much it. It's not a crazy goal. It's just getting our feet wet so that tomorrow, or not tomorrow, because tomorrow's my day off. Tomorrow we'll be able to actually like hammer out a bit of ISK, if that makes sense. Or not tomorrow, but Thursday, the day 3 of 0 to Hero. So that's our goal today. It's pretty simple. Hopefully it goes well. And yeah, that's the beginning. These common electricals activate for fleet, and here we go. Whether or not we succeed or die is up to us, but off we go into the very first Abyss. Hi, Nika. We'll see how successful this is. Yeah, very exciting. It's a brand new character. Is it time for F to pay respects? We do have a exploding ship as a emote. So if you're subscribed, I feel like there's a handful of you guys. You can spam that if you think I'm going to die. All right, so we have Tyrannus, which is actually a really easy fight. I got to identify where the hell he is. He's over there. We just need to keep our transversal high. Hey, Nika. You're making this mighty difficult because I want to be able to play the game. So Tyrannus is easy. The only thing that you have to really worry about is not getting too close. I'll set that to 5,000. Actually, we're going to set it to whatever my multi-frequency optimal range is, which is 8,000. So we can set this to 6,000 actually and be pretty happy. So we're just going to kind of spiral in on them. And in the meantime, we're going to keep on closing the gap. Hi, Nika. You are making this difficult. Hi, Hateless. I'm doing good, Accession. We're having a good time. So the fact that we have the extra speed on the ship is really helpful, as he's also kind of flying away from us. So we're going to go for the Lancer here as our first target. And we just need to keep on closing this gap. And remember, we're not shield, we're armor. So we're going to keep on closing this gap. And then now we can turn on our reppers. Are we stable? We've actually made cap stability and then some. This Lancer hurts a pretty good amount. So now we're within range of the Tyrannos. We're just going to grab an orbit on the Tyrannos and keep on working on this guy. I am shooting multi-frequency at him. As long as we keep our transversal up with Tyrannos, we'll be okay in this room. And we're completely cap stable, so we don't even have to worry about this. All we have to worry about is our guns. I kind of overdid it on cap. It's a she. It's Tyrannos. So we just need to clear out the Lancer, and then we got to work on this DPS check. So our DPS is really low. We only do 119 because, I mean, we got crappy guns. We got really crappy guns. So now all we have left is Tyrannos. I am going to tighten the orbit a little bit. Our default orbit isn't quite cutting it. So we're going to tighten this to 5,000. I don't like the being at 8. I want to be applying optimal damage to him. So we're going to tighten it up a bit. There we go. We're hanging out right at optimal now. And it's a giant target, so even with our crappy tracking, we can hit it. Just look at the portrait. It has boobs. I mean, does it? I guess it does. Okay. Karen's a she, so she is definitely a Karen. I just realized that your 24 has better gunnery skills than my 2011 main. Oof! Wrecking shots hurt, I guess. Yeah, so if Karen hits us once, we're just gonna die. Like, there's nothing we can do about it. So that's why we did such the delicate flying. All right, so now there's a bunch of extraction nodes. We don't have a lot of time, so we're probably gonna go straight towards the bioadaptive cache and just go for that. I think you gotta, if you get a drone room, a drone BC room, it's over. That is why I put so much emphasis on the speed when we were doing skills, and why we have this rig here. We sacrificed a lot of tank for this rig, which gives us 1,000 meters a second. We can actually outrun them, and then we kite them. That's how the drone battlecruiser room works. Yep, that's the whole plan. We just kite them, and it's no problem. We just have to try and stay in like the 18-kilometer range. They start doing damage around 12, and the closer we are, the more damage we can do. All right, so Karen's almost done. I'm gonna kind of do advanced tactics. Hopefully it doesn't bite me, but we do want to get moving towards that gate there, and towards the cache, and hopefully we can kill it on our way away from it. And kind of fly up a little bit. Oh, yes. Okay. So now let's go get our loot. That room took us about 5 minutes. Say 30 of them. I just avoid that lucky wrecking shot. The problem is that we don't have range. I think the big problem with this fit is the Demovic rooms. The Vedmics aren't too bad, but the room with it's 2 or 3 Demovics that we can get that's really scary in this fit. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and open this guy up, see what we got, see if it pays for our ship or not. I believe this first one, that is 1.2 million ISK, and those are new. Awesome. I've never seen that before. Are those actually in the game now? I forgot to do thermodynamics, so I can't heat yet. Wrecking shot, even if you're way out in the fall off. I mean, it's incredibly rare. We'll just take the risk. I haven't had a problem with it. All right, so we got the Villa Demovics, which are honestly the thing that scares me most. We're just gonna go ahead and grab a 20-kilometer orbit around the can. Naravicia just subbed 38 whole months. #1 supporter right there. Really makes the channel happen. So we're just, they're gonna hang out in our range, and we're just gonna try and kill them as quickly as possible. They just can't be used yet. Nice. Well, maybe they'll fetch a nice price above market value, and it'll give us a little heads up. 2v2 cruiser brawl times 6, actually. We got 7 of them from the first filament, and then the actual loot that we got is this. I think that there's going to be more of them in the game that we can use. I sent you a text. I really hope the text does not include the word Creekside. Yes, I can bring it. I think I know where it is. By the way, my friend said I gave him 250 million ISK and plus first start. He's an alpha at the moment. I advised him not to use 1 million skill points. I thought I died for a second because of that notification. We're just gonna go and approach this guy. From referral code now, I told him to use it after he reaches 5 million skill points. He skilled for Heron and earned some ISK, like 50 mil. But he doesn't like scanning it. Do you have any ideas what he can do? You can teach him how to do Abyss. It's a pretty good option. Doing what I'm doing right now is my personal favorite way to start a new character. They are dropping like crazy, and they're worth bugger all, not even worth bringing back to Cheetah. Oh, really? Well, we'll get the bugger all for him. It's a good option, but he needs skills. Well, it sounds like he still has the referral code skills to use, and he can also make an alt. And I got a skill tree now, or a skill list for people that want to use their day 1 skills with this history, I can just copy paste this into a document. And this is now a good skill plan for people wanting to get into Abyss. We're going to go ahead and approach this. This room went a lot faster. It's Abyss in the Abyss. Yes, the Abyss is an Abyss. Alright, let's see what we got here. Open the cargo. It's expected the Punisher punishes the Abyss. Yes, it does a very good job. Go ahead and open up this cargo here. We got 5 surveys, which is 1 million ISK. That alone has paid for the ship. We've paid for this ship already. So it's okay that we use it. Or if we lose it. I would keep where I can see it. You can't descan out of an Abyss. This assumes from the referral. Yes, it does assume that you have the skill points from the referral code. And that's the only assumption made. So if you want to do this or try this, you can just make a new character and use the referral code to have the skills. You guys thought this was going to kill me, but we got the Overmind. I'm actually going to get kind of greedy here. And I'm going to try and loot this en route, if that makes sense. Because sometimes I can get away with it. So we're going to get ultra greedy and make an attempt at looting this. Alright. We got to hit open and loot at the right time. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open. And loot. And we looted it. Yeah. And then we're in range to start orbiting the Overmind. Beautiful. Go ahead and load up the Xray. Start knocking these guys down. We're establishing an orbit on the Overmind. We're going to remove the incoming DPS. Day 2 Punisher. So it's effectively a day 1 Punisher. I really didn't utilize all my free skill points, and we trained for a day. For the swarm. Are you being shot? I am. We're being shot by a battleship, and we're in a lonely little frigate. And we absolutely obliterated this first Abyss. Guys, it's time to celebrate. We did our first Abyss. I mean, there's no way I'm dying now. Next run, you can afford the Navy ammo, and it even makes sense. It does. We literally just doubled our yes, they are missing me. And that's because I've manipulated the situation to my means, or what I need. So yes, the Navy ammo is the first thing that we had to do. We needed our Navy ammo is the first upgrade that we get. How do you not auto die here if you get the harrowing Vedmik room? You fly straight as fast as you can, and then as soon as you get in range of them, you start orbiting them. Because you're faster than them. Imperial Navy heat sinks? Yeah, okay. Is that a Plex Afterburner? No, this is literally a 1.7 million fit. You can fly this with anybody. Can you run hardwires as alphas? You can, I believe. So we could get a little bit out of that if we wanted to. But then again, if we died, we lose it. And there's not a whole lot that we can get. We're better off upgrading into the Imperial Navy Slicer, which is our midterm goal, is to upgrade into the Imperial Navy Slicer. But this is solid. How many ISK did you do in this one? Slicer's a Mar 3. We need to get faction reppers to operate the Slicer. We ended up with 3.3 million ISK total. And this is worth another 81,000. So we did 3.3. And then I don't remember how much I can sell this for. I need to price this out. But we can set up a contract and sell it. If we price it right, it'll sell instantly. They're not very valuable, but they're valuable. Navy crystals are cheap at the moment because they dropped from the Amar Edencom ships. That is nice. Yeah, but Navy crystals is our first upgrade. I'm actually going to get cheeky. We can get away with this. I'm going to shut off the Afterburner. And it'll lower our transversal. But not enough that he can hit me, but enough that I hit him harder. it's just going to speed us up a little bit. Then we'll also tighten the orbit a little bit because we're not moving so fast. I want to jump into triangulation, but seem kind of lost. You just kind of jump in. What's the fit of this ship? It is super easy. We have small focus model lasers. We have a YS8 compact afterburner, a small PB acid cap battery, 2 small IA enduring armor reppers, 2 extruded heat sinks, a damage control, 2 energy collision accelerators, and a small auxiliary thruster. We have 5 million ISK. It's worth 5 million because we're carrying more than the ship was worth. But upon undocking, we had a total of noob RMT battleship has no stasis grappler fit. Smooth. Boston Mark, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. I really do appreciate those. It does mean a lot, and they do help a lot. But this is fantastic. We did our first Abyss. The character's a little bit more than 24 hours old. We made him yesterday, and he's received no outside help. He was born in 2027-13. And yeah, so first successful Abyss. I'm pretty happy. The only reason we're dying is if we fail to kill it in 5 minutes. And I think we're going to kill this thing in 5 minutes. I think we got the DPS. Today we went from... We finished our career agent missions, which we just had one that we did just as we were starting the stream, and then we got our skill or our fit. We devised a fit that we put together off of my old Eve workbench fit that I had. We kind of made a couple changes to optimize it a little bit, and then from there we got the skill points required to fit the ship. And then we added as much DPS and support as we can. We made sure that the ship hit a few breakpoints. Those important points that we hit is that we were cap stable in an electrical. And then we were also moving at 1,000 meters a second and had enough tank and HP to survive Abyss. The reason we wanted 1,000 meters a second is so we can outrun the blast scripts, which are incredibly scary NPCs that exist in Abyss. And then the reason that we want to be cap stable is so that we can fly it pretty calmly and be interactive with chat. And so we fit that up. We got the skills that we added on the character. We used our free skills to do that. We had overnight. I had we gotta scroll down. It's bottom of the top. So we applied a skill point yesterday, repair systems, to be able to do the career agent, and then overnight while I was gone, because we were only allowed to play the character for 2 hours a day. So when I logged off, we had a Mar Frigate 2 and 3 finish, an evasive maneuvering and small energy turret trained to level 2 as well while we were gone, and then we came back today. We applied skill points for hull upgrades 4 to be able to use a damage control. We did energy grid upgrades twice to reduce CPU need on our cap battery. We did weapon upgrades to 4 again for CPU requirements. We did jury rigging to 3. I don't know why we have that applied one. I guess I applied skill points twice to go to 1. I messed up typing. So we got jury rigging to 3. We did energy weapon rigging to 3. We actually did it again later. We did advanced weapon upgrades to 3 to again help with the power grid and stuff. And then we trained, we knew we were going to train anyways, but we trained repair systems to 4. This allows the 2 reppers to keep us alive and is very important. And then we also got capacitor management to 4, which was a really big skill for us. This is what made us cap stable in the Abyss. We had a Mar frigate to 4 as well, high speed maneuvering to 2, which ended up doing nothing. This was wasted. So we actually didn't get anything out of that. Evasive maneuvering helps with our it's either our agility or our speed, and then navigation helps with our speed. Acceleration control, I believe, is what helps the Afterburner speed burst or speed bonus. I can't remember. We did long range targeting to increase our locking range from 27.5 to 28.5, which helps a little bit. And then at that point, we had everything that we like needed, and then we started working on wants. And so our wants was adding as much DPS as we could. So we did controlled burst up to 4. We did small energy turret up to 4. We did sharpshooter up to 4, and trajectory analysis up to 3. Motion prediction 3. Surgical strike went to 3, and rapid firing went to 4 with controlled burst. How do you know if you're cap stable in the abyss if you're not inside? It gives you about 50% more cap because it cuts the recharge time in half. So it actually gives you, it gives you double the cap. So you kind of look at how much cap you're getting, you turn everything off and you look at how much cap you're getting, and then you double that, and then you see how much cap you're missing. And if just kind of math it in your head. Is that a new character guide? I can copy paste this and order it, and so it's really easy to read. And this could be a day one skill plan for doing Abyss. Knowledge, thank you so much for the sub. I really appreciate that. That really does help. But that's what we did. And then we fit the ship. We went into our first Abyss. The fit that we actually went into the first Abyss, I actually saved it. We went into our first Abyss with this Punisher today. And this Punisher was 1.7 million ISK. This is what we had to afford after doing the career agents. This with the same skills. We didn't get any additional skills since then. We had a small focus model laser, afterburner, small acid cap battery. We have 2 enduring armor reppers, 2 extruded heat sinks, a damage control, a collision accelerator, a locus coordinator, and auxiliary thrusters. And then we even used T1 ammo to reduce the cost all the way down. So we used T1 ammo. This ended up costing about 1.7 million ISK to go into our first Abyss, and we cleared it without a problem. And then we immediately proceeded to upgrade the ship to get more DPS out of it. The upgrades that we made during the stream today is that we pretty much focused on DPS. So we went from T1 lasers or T1 crystals, just regular T1s, to faction crystals, which do about 20% more DPS. And we also upgraded our lasers to Meta 4. So our fit now looks like this, where we have faction lasers. If we simulate this now, I'll go ahead and save this fit as well. But we now have faction guns. We went from 115 DPS all the way up to 149. And that's the upgrades that we accomplished today. It was a very nice, easy day. We didn't lose anything. This ship is worth 7.9 million ISK now. It's significantly reduced from the 12 million ISK fit that I have. We're going to go ahead and save this guy as the mid-tier Nubro Punisher, I guess. And so we'll save this one. And I think I'm going to publish these stages on Eve Workbench with that skill queue inside the description. I do want to say thank you to I have to be to work in about 20 minutes. But I do want to say thank you to everybody that came. You guys are all awesome. And I really appreciate the support. So the next stream will be on Thursday. Wednesday is my day off. I actually have a skill queue that is going to take a few days. We're working small energy turret 5 is what we put in the skill queue. It should finish, I think, on next Thursday, I think is when it finishes. Between now and then, when the skill is training, our goal is to purchase daily injectors to get additional free skill points and earn as much ISK as we can during the 2-hour windows that we have. So Thursday and Friday, I'll be streaming, flying this character for 2 hours, and then on Monday and Tuesday, we'll do another 2 hours each day.